It just opened. What's happening? What?
I'm telling you, I can't hear so well. But I just hear pop.
I'm here for years want to get a baby, and I will speak about my baby. I am excited of my first fruit daughter.
Let signs and wonders, miracles follow you.
Welcome to Wafif Connect. Here's your host.
What's going on? Good afternoon, konnichiwa, wherever you are watching, listening, or vibing with us from. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. My name is Kimola Lowe, and I am the pastor of Worship and Faith International Fellowship in Florida. Let me say big ups to my apostle, Dr. Courtney McLean, and our First Lady, Reverend Nadine McLean. Big up yourself every time. Want to say good afternoon to all Wafif leaders, Wafifites. Big up yourself all across the world. Wafif is global. And we are what is this? We are here this evening for Wafif Connect. We are in a new month, and it is my birth month. So, December is the best month because the best people are born in December, including me. All right, so don't hate, just appreciate. All right, big up to you on Instagram. If you are watching me right now, you are live with me on Omega Radio. We are going to go into the first feature of the day. Thought of the day brought to you by Helsha Style Fish Fry Fridays. This and every Friday, they have some mouth-watering, delicious food for you to enjoy right over there in Lauderdale Lakes. And I'm telling you, you don't want to miss out on Fish Fry Friday with Aunt May because it is always delicious over there. So, I was thinking about today. And, just what God has been doing in our church. I am super excited for what God has been doing. And let me tell you, last night was fire. We had a fabulous time just being in the presence of the Lord. It was communion service. And there was a gentleman there, and one of the things I want to say to us is that sometimes when you're pushing and you're doing the thing, and you're working in the church and you're doing what you're doing, like in a specific service, but it feels like you're not breaking through. Sometimes you just gotta be patient with it and wait, because that miracle you are waiting on to happen is right there in the room. So we were there. And a gentleman came. Well, he was sitting, and I called him. I invited him to the altar, and I began to pray for him. And as we were praying for him, the Holy Spirit said to ask him about his truck that he usually drives, and he confirmed the truck. Then I asked him about his back, if he's ever had back pain. And as a matter of fact, he said he's been in back pain for every day of his life. He's in pain in his back. And I tell you, I said, this is the miracle we've been waiting on. I mean, God really moved in the service last night. We had a washing of the saints' feet, and that was powerful, and God really moved. But that moment was so different as God began to move at a greater dimension in the service. And we prayed for him. I laid hands on him. He said he felt a warmth in his back. And I told him, I said, that's God healing you. And I said, do something you could not do. And the gentleman who had 5 slip disc in his back, 5 disc out of alignment, he bent over and touched his toe. Listen to me, Radio Land. The church erupted because we literally saw right before our eyes God touching this man and healing him. 5 slip disc. You don't understand. I mean, I was just blown away. I mean, the church was blown away. And this morning, I woke up to a text message that the gentleman that God healed, he is still not having pain. Oh my God. So imagine he has had pain like every day. There's not a second that he's not having pain. But last night when God touched him, the pain left. Oh my goodness. Y'all better give God praise where you are. And the testimony of Jesus, it is the spirit of prophecy. And I prophesy over you that whatever is going on in your body, God is about to bring healing in your life and you are about to be delivered. Somebody better praise God because deliverance is here. I was just in tears literally this morning when I got that text message because a lot of the times people don't believe that God can really heal. You know what I mean? And sometimes when people get healing, they call back the next day and they say, oh, the pain is back and whatever. But if you never believe that God could do it, this is to confirm that your healing is gonna stick and stay. I just love it. Can you give God a praise right where you are? I see fire emoji going up on Instagram. I see people just reaching out and connecting on YouTube. Let me tell you something. God is in a healing mood. And whatever the sickness is in your body, you are about to come into an amazing, amazing season of your life. Yes. So that's the thought. Well, actually, it's a testimony that I had for you guys today. As you can see, I am super flabbergasted. I absolutely just love what God is doing. And so I just pray that God will do the same for you. All right, let's go into who is in the house.
Who is in the house? Who is in the house?
Who is in the house? All right, well, I am in the house. It's just the truth. I am in the house. What's up, my big friend, my big daughter, DJ CD? Miss you, miss you, miss you. But you know, I just want to give God glory and praise and honor because indeed God is a faithful God. Now, I want to give you a rundown of yesterday, what happened at church, and then I want to talk a little bit about a journey that I have been on. So sit back, relax, and listen to this. So yesterday we have been talking about reset, revive, and ready. Because we are in a season of recommitting, just going deeper in God, drawing closer to God, drawing closer to our church, drawing closer to our apostle, drawing closer to our pastors, and latching on to the vision that God has for us in 2024, going into 2025. I believe that this is a season where, as I was saying to the church yesterday, that every time there is a revolution, a revival takes place. And when you look at even the industrial revolution, which we have come out of and have entered the technological revolution, yes, AI is here to stay. And so we just gotta get with the times. And so, as you look at just how in the industrial revolution, where God rose up some mighty men and women of God, and you know them, Catherine Coleman, Maria Etta Woodworth, D.L. Moody, those people that God rose up in that time to be a voice in the earth. And I was saying to the church that the reason why God would do something like that is that when the earth is changing, people begin to get confused. And I don't know about you, but moving out of a revolution into another, it can get really confusing. I mean, we've seen so many movies. How many 90s babies, 80s babies are here? Now you know my age, that's fine. But when I was growing up, I used to watch the Jetsons, and I was like, this could never happen. Like, this is not possible at all. But I'm literally seeing this thing around me. This morning I got a text message from FPL that they're going to be sending drones to do electricity tests in my area. I was like, okay then. Because literally, even today, drones are dropping off pizzas. Drones are delivering food and groceries. Drones are literally doing so much. And then you have cars that drive themselves. And I'm like, wow, we are living in the Jetsons age. And it can be really, really confusing, and people are really concerned, and there's a lot of conspiracy, there's a lot of things that people are saying, and people are discombobulated in this time. And it's just the reality, because we are so used to the industrial season that we were in until now, when things are being transferred and transformed into something else. There is the question of job security. When we talk about just like the robots that are getting ready to be released next year, all kinds of things, the amount of jobs that are going to go out of effect, people are concerned and are worried about what's going to happen. And even in the Industrial Revolution, people were concerned about what was going to happen coming out of another revolution before that. People were concerned. And of course, we have a right to be concerned because we really don't know what's ahead of us and we really don't know what's going to happen in the world. But what I do know is that number one, the earth is coming to an end. And number two, there's going to be a major end time revival. Of this, I am excited. And for this, I'm excited. And I'm glad to be living in a time. And I mean, things are happening so rapidly because when looking back, just at the world, the different world pandemics, it is true that every 100 years, there is a pandemic. There was one in 1906, there was one in 1806. And as far going back as you can find, is that there has always been a pandemic. There's conspiracy around that it was created by men. And there's all kinds of different theories out there, and people are worried and concerned. But I want to just comfort your heart this afternoon by saying this, that even when the world and the earth is changing, God remains the same. God remains the same. He's an unchanging God. He never changes, and you never have to worry about him having your back and him providing, because in every season, God is a provider. In every season, he's your father. It doesn't matter what the world is doing. It doesn't matter where the earth is going. God is constant and consistent, and he is going to make a way, whether technology or industrial. God is going to make a way. Even if you are in a service job that is being threatened to be taken over by robots, my God, can you imagine? I never thought I would live to see this day, but here we are. We are living in a real world where real things are happening. But you are secured. My God, the song asks the question, is your all on the altar? And then there's another song that says the anchor holds. Come on now. So you just need to get that combination right. You just need to make sure that you are connected with God and that your anchor is firm in Jesus Christ. Come on now. And as long as you've got that going, you're gonna be okay. But as I was saying before, is that the world is changing. The world is changing, but every time the world changes, God is going to cause a revival to take place in the lives of his people. And watch this. There are going to be men and women of God who will rise up in this time and be a voice in the earth. This is a pivotal moment. So if you can take your eyes off the world for a little bit and begin to look at what God is going to do, you are going to find much peace in the fact that the end time revival is here. There are souls to be won. There are different things that God is getting ready to do. We are about to see mega healing again. We're about to see the dead being raised again. We are about to see a sweep of heaven in the earth, and you don't want to miss out on that. So what's your part to play? You just gotta reset. You just gotta lock in. You just gotta be faithful to God. You've got to be unshakable, unmovable. My God, always abounding in the things of God. And as long as you're doing that, no matter what's happening technologically, industrially, it doesn't matter what change, shift, or twist, or pivot is happening, you, my friends, are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. You are going to be okay. I want you to type that in the chat. I want you to speak it out of your mouth. I want you to connect your faith with somebody and look at them dead in the eye and tell them, Instafam, you're going to be okay. Find peace in the fact that your God never changed. Find peace in the fact that your God is a deliverer, a provider, a healer, and a protector. I pray for you today, and I speak over your life. If you feel shaky and worried and are struggling and are going through a difficult time because you don't know what's ahead of you, you don't understand AI and all this technology, and there is so much going on in the earth today, and you never imagined that you would live to see this, but here we are in a changing world. Even while the world is changing, God never changed. And I pray for you today that you will hold on to God. hold on to his unchanging hands. And as we enter and, well, as we continue on into the revelation of what this technological revolution is really about, I just pray grace comes upon you and the power of God will anchor you in this season, and your life, I just want to remind you, is secured in the God that never changes. Let me bust a tune for you. We standing in your mercy, mercy, mercy. So we're no devil in hell can follow we. Right here in your mercy, mercy, mercy. So tell the enemy saying can't go stop we. Yes, 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 yes. You are standing in God's mercy. And as long as you're standing on the solid rock, you will be just fine. You're gonna be just fine. I love you. I love you. I love you. Again, my name is Kimola Lowe, and this is Wafif Connect on Omega Radio. If you are looking for a church, if you are looking for a family, come check us out. We are in Lauderhill. Our number to call is 954-860-6057. That's 954-860-6057. And if you're looking for a pastor to pray with you, a church that will love you, come check us out here in Wafif, Florida. Or if you're in Jamaica, Wafif Clarendon, Wafif HQ, Wafif Kingston. If you're in Toronto, Canada, Wafif Canada. And if you are in the Big Apple, New York City, there is Wafif New York. We love you. Peace out. I'm out.
Heard Wafif Connect, a program about the supernatural, where you get your miracles now. That's right, real stories from real people with real results. And aired on this station Monday to Friday at 4:30 p.m. with Apostle Courtney McLean and our campus pastors, Reverend Kimola Lowe of Wafif Fort Lauderdale, Pastor Michael Taylor, Wafif Kingston, Reverend Kenroy Waldo, Wafif Clarendon, and Reverend Tennyson Dixon of Wafif Canada. And produced by Wafif, Worship and Faith International Fellowship. Connect with us on Instagram at Miracles Now Connect.
Thanks for joining Wafif Connect here on Omega Radio. Catch Reverend Kimola Lowe here on Mondays with Wafif at 4:30 p.m. And keep it locked in the rest of the week. Every weekday at 4:30, you get to hear more Wafif, a proud sponsor of Omega Radio. Stay tuned now. Don't touch the dial. We got more coming your way here on the Station of the Stars.
Want to live